Happy Earth Day. Bit of oregano. This is really nice. And put it on just about anything. Really nice on focaccia bread. These are parsley. Yeah. There's the food forest. Yeah, the food forest. It's Earth Day. Planted a banana tree, some cana, a few other trees. A pretty good day, Earth Day. Hope you all have a nice Earth Day. Yeah. Yeah. Earth Day. It was nice. There were some people came and brought plants and gifts, and some people exchanged books in the little library. Some people used the pantry in there, took some food. That was nice to see. You're looking at is a barrel cactus, foxglove, and chickweed. I can't see who's there, but it's Earth Day, so thought I'd have a nice Earth Day and just sitting here. Up there's kiwi vines and big tree and that kind of thing. I like sitting out here. It's fun. Hope you're all having a good view. Maybe another view of the food forest. Yeah, food forest. Yeah, it's a lot of garlic down there, greens, and that kind of thing. Let's see who's all on here. Hey, Shawnee Gross. Yeah, we're outside. Yeah, good to see you. Foxit Outdoors, Cliff, welcome, welcome, welcome. Just sitting out on the balcony. Just got back from picking up my raw milk. Yeah, good to see you there, Cliff. Thanks for the thumbs up. Yeah, this is where I keep the herbs, my dill's growing over here, and oregano, onions, parsley, that kind of thing. Should be able to see it there, I think. Right there. Filming with the computer is probably not the smartest thing, but this is the oregano, Mexican oregano. I have to harvest a lot of that tomorrow. And rosemary. Smells so good. Yeah. So I planted a few trees today. I like CR's new video he put up making all the food scraps dried and cut up. He chopped them up. Sometimes I've seen people use NutriBullets or blenders from the secondhand store, and they blend it all up. It's great. It's great for homes for microbes. Feed the microbes that feed the plants. Mm. Yep. These ones here are just about done. These grape hyacinth. Yep. Sure been eating a lot of greens lately. Oh my god. Yeah. My kohlrabi is ready. Some garlic are very close to being ready. Lots of different onions have been eating, and kale and chard and lovage. Chinese spice cabbage, mustard greens, lots of lemon balm tea. That's the kind of thing that's really nice. Today I seen people using the little library. People dropped off a couple, three different books, and they helped themselves to some food, canned food mostly, or dried food there too. So it's kind of neat. Let's see what's all in here. Oh, there we go. Hope I didn't. There we go. I didn't leave anybody on. There we go. Oh, it was a good day. It was a good Earth Day. But here's the herbs. I put this on my. I'm having Digby scallops tonight, and this here oregano. I put on some chicken marinade tonight, so that'll be fun. Yep. Moving it all around. Sorry if it's making anybody dizzy. It has been known to happen. Well, at least there was complaints. Hope all your Earth days are going good, and you've planted lots of trees. I harvested lots of greens this past couple 3 weeks. I'm just inundated. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some and put it into the food pantry and leave a bunch in there every day, right? Because between the lawn to veggie patch and then what I have here, and then another food forest, so it's a couple kilometers, maybe 3 kilometers from here. It's another food forest, and then there's the plots at there's little community plots, and there's just tons coming from there too. So it's like, holy. I looked at tomatoes today, and I didn't purchase any. I could have $2.50 a tomato. And I said, okay. They had lots of different kinds there, but still, the neighbor that owns the lawn to garden food garden, she put in cucumbers and tomatoes, and they got beat up pretty good a couple days ago. She put them in. Still frost coming now. It's this late kind of frost that normally doesn't happen here. Normally, like, not normal. Yep. Okay, here is 82 Fahrenheit. 82 Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's really warm, isn't it? It's 15 Celsius here right now, which is not too bad. I checked up till May 5th and no frost. 15 Celsius. Okay. Yeah, it's a nice cool day. It wasn't too warm. It was muggy earlier, but I went to a nursery, and when I was there, they have a grocery store. So I bought some things, and there they had overcharged me by almost $15. So I had to get back in the lineup to get back. It was $14.95 or whatever. They overcharged me, which I've never seen them do anything like that before. So I let it go. They did give me a free gift, so that was nice. We planted fava, broad beans, and marigolds, set up the rain barrel. Smart, get a jump on that rain barrel. The rainwater is way different than town water. So, like the water you get, one time it came from the ground, so it had lots of magnesium in it and these trace minerals. But the water from the pipe from the tap, not so much. Not so much. I do way better with my rain barrel water than I do tap water. And then the reverse osmosis water I use sometimes too, actually a lot, especially when I have seedlings. Yesterday we planted 50 pounds of potatoes. I'm waiting for my 150 onions to arrive to plant those. Planted 1 pound of peas. Wow. Yeah, succession crops now. Like a lot of people just get like one bunch of tomatoes or one bunch of cucumbers, especially cucumbers. So if you're putting cucumbers in now, like where I am, in 2-3 weeks, do more cucumbers, and then 2 or 3 weeks after that, do cucumbers again. So that when the late summer, early autumn comes, you have a 6-week window there of cucumbers instead of 2 weeks. Mr. Sweet Time, welcome, Die Bullfrog 79. Welcome, Uncle Al. Good to see you, Uncle Al. Always pleasure. Happy Earth Day. Yes. I emailed the nursery to confirm. Oh, hey, Mr. Sweet Time. Hello, Mr. Sweet Time. Give you a wrench while you're here. You can look around. There you go. So you emailed the nursery today, you were saying? I emailed a nursery to confirm an order. We are driving to them and filling the van when we get the go ahead. Wow. Yeah, well, now's the time to do it. So succession crops is it's an interesting thing to do, especially for cucumbers. Like where I am now, I'm putting in cucumbers pretty quick. But then in 2 or 3 weeks, I'll be putting in another row of cucumbers, and 2 or 3 weeks after that. And I'll do that with watermelon, squash, right up to the May 24th weekend. Right, the May 20, like that long weekend that's a holiday here. I'll do it in there. And that way I have like a ton of succession of crops. And I actually have that 6-week window of extra harvest. So that's what you want to do. It's important that you, like where I am, I can get 6 or 7 crops of radish easy here. Just radish, 6 or 7 crops. And arugula, almost the same. And lettuces, like stuff like that. MKP 007. Welcome. We're going to go see your channel. I remember seeing you somewhere. I forget where. Sorry. Jerusalem artichoke, slender nettle, common yarrow, aronia berry, service berry, currant, josta berry, gooseberry, Nanking cherry, anything I can get my hands on. Wow. And good day, evening, everyone. Wow. The Jerusalem artichoke, there's a couple kinds of those. And there's your Canadian sunchoke, and then there's your Jerusalem art. They're slightly different color and thicker and bigger, but they're kind of the same thing. And another one is Oka. You direct sow that Oka after the last frost, but it has to come out of the ground. It can't be left there. That's one of my favorites. And slender nettle. Yeah, that's a real nice common yarrow. Aronia berry. Wow. Yeah, service berry, currant, josta berry should do good there, and gooseberry because it's cold where you are. They like them cold hours. How you doing, Shawnee? Okay, good day. Cliff's here. Good to see you, Cliff. and MKP 007. Just general chit chat about Earth Day. You gotta love Earth Day. I kind of just have Earth Day every day, but you know, it it's exciting to plant trees. I planted a banana tree today, and I live in Canada. Been amending my bed, so transplanting starts this weekend. Weather been a bit cold, but warming up starting tomorrow. Well, MKP 007, that sounds good. I was asked if I wanted Amarapha fruticosa, but didn't know what it was. I have no idea either. I can barely say it. I think I ruined it anyway and made a mess of that. But it's Foxit Outdoors. I'm all over the place. Lots going on. Yeah, me too. I've been moving my soil out of the very first pathway soil bank that I built on to this food forest. And it's, oh my gosh, it's just absolutely beautiful to see. It's Oak Knob Farm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Earth Day, Oak Knob Farm. Good to see you. Just having a wind down of the day here, and yep, it was a good day. I ended up with gifts from people and giving gifts, and so that's pretty cool. And yeah, mending beds is awesome. Don't rush the planting if the temperature isn't ready. Exactly. My hugelkultur mound is just. Oh, today I bought a watermelon and it had seeds in it, and I spit all the watermelon seeds on the hugelkultur mound. Yeah, I just spit them all on there, and then Malva. I put a package of Malva on there. Last week, put on 200 onions, silver, white, and red ones, and I harvested some of the daffodils and gave them out. So, hey, happy Earth Day, Diane. Diana, happy Earth Day. Yep, great. Earth Day is always fun. Earth Day is for me every day. I'm always doing something. I feel you there, Shawnee. I just myself got myself some fun seeds from a fellow gardener. Unboxing will be this weekend on my Sat Live. Looking forward to growing them seeds. Yeah. And MK 007 says, I got a few tomato and pepper plants are starting to fruit in the grow tent. Can't wait till move them outdoors. Yeah. I, 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 I use an LED light and then a LED tube light and then natural sunlight from the French window doors, the sliding door. So I use a combination of that. And if I wanted to start something, I just use that like past month and a half. Geeky Gardens, welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you, Geeky. Yeah. So that's what I use, is a combination of whatever light I can grab. You know, any lamp that you can grab will start seedlings. The closer you are to without frying them, they won't stretch. So yeah, so I'm planting this coming pretty quick here. I think it's on Saturday. There's 25 pounds of beets. I'm just going to plant the actual beet for the tops for the nitric oxide. I want to harvest the arginine, and so I get the nitric oxide for vasodilation. So you're never, you're going to have good flow, blood flow. New seeds is exciting. Yes, yes. I planted my Cucurbita ficifolia today, and I planted watermelon today. Shawnee, all of us have been fighting this weird weather, so unpredictable. Yeah, so true, so true. Yeah, this is unpredictable. I was nailed last week with hail twice in one day, and then that night it froze with a heavy frost here. I lost about 25% of like stuff I had growing. That's what but it's coming back now. I lost one cherry tree too that was in full bloom, just was pelted, lost all the blooms off of it. It's yeah, so that was kind of like, oh no. Tried and failed a few times. Okay, okay. Oh neat. What's going on up here? I better go back. Indiana Funny Farm. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyone here growing actual artichokes? Yeah, I have. Still cool here a month until last frost. Yeah, tried and failed a few times. Shawnee, all of us have, yeah, yeah. Indiana Funny Farm, welcome, welcome, welcome. I finally got an artichoke to sprout for me. Cool. Welcome to Earth Day Live. Yeah, Geeky Gardens is here. What we cool. CR. Oak Knob Farm, welcome, welcome, welcome. Diana. Yep. Thanks. Yep, yep. Yes, like I might not be able to plant a spring garden with the way it's going. Temps are too up and down, high and heat. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Sometimes you just have to wait. And then sometimes you have to keep sheets, like, and even a horse blanket if things are going to go get frosty. And you put a stay in the ground, a bendable one, a pliable one, and put a few like that around a tomato plant, and then put a heavy blanket on there if frost is coming, if you could see it, you're watching the temperature pretty good. I love pickled artichokes. Yeah, me too. Next thing, yep. Mainly growing the artichokes for the bees. Going to be a tad funny. Do drunk? Yeah, I I always get nice lush artichoke plants, but they never flower. Oh, interesting. I don't know about that. I have to think about that. Adrian, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Indiana Funny Farm. There you go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And happy Earth Day to everyone. I hope your Earth Day is going well. And you're definitely planting a new lung. And it is Indiana Funny Farm. Good. Good channel. I've been over there a couple times recently. Had a look. Hey, ZPD Survival. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There we go. Move that down. I'm trying to turn into summer down here already, but we sure could use some rain. Interesting. I like collecting rainwater. It's way different than it is ZPD Survival. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see you again. Yeah. And just saying happy Earth Day. And everybody's throwing down in my neighborhood. That's a garden around here. And some other people that have started gardening too. So that's really cool. Yeah. Happy Earth Day 2026. Way cool. This summer, we're getting the super El Nino and bringing a super heat wave and drought. Not looking forward to summer. CR saying hello to Adrian. Well, you just got to take the good with the bad. Anything can happen with the weather, or you just there's a few things that can happen. That's for sure. But grow any way you can. Grow inside, outside. Grow in a willow pina. Grow, and you're in the north. Grow in a greenhouse. Get some thermal heat. A creek flowing by is a creek that needs a water wheel on it for electricity or grinding. My Uber is here. Die Bullfrog 79. Take care. Been busy with the food bank. Going home later, folks. Later, Howie. Later, my friend. Take it easy, Uncle Al. Thanks for the thumbs up. You know, The most predictable thing about weather is that it's unpredictable. Pretty much here it's unpredictable. It can I always watch. I listen to the marine forecast 'cause I go do a lot of fishing, but I always watch this one weather station down the road. They closed it; it's gone now. But it was nice to have it close by. So I've had to do a few things myself. But going fishing again, I went for a little stint there. It was pretty cold. I had to come home. So I decided that when I came back home, I was going to wait till it was to get warmer. Well, gee, I wasn't back for a couple of days and it hailed so hard. There was 2 inches of hail here. It was sad to see some of the plants, some of them couldn't take it because I do all direct sow pretty much. I direct sow everything. I have the temperature and I have the zone for that. I can direct sow just about anything from corn to whatever, like squash. I don't have to grow the plants. I see you, Uncle Al. Okay. ZPD survival. We had tons of thunderstorms and rain. Everything is turning green. I love it. Michigan. Yep. Let's all make sure Howie gets a thumbs up. Thank you kindly, Oak Knob Farm. 2 inches of hail is crazy. And then it didn't go away and it froze that night. And my soil was wet up here, and the moisture in the soil made columns, ice columns coming from the ground and pushed up this layer of soil with the hail on it. And I'm like, we can't survive that. So I lost about 25%, like totally dead, like from spinach to lettuce, that kind of thing. Joseph Moore, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. So I lost old sheets too, but it was it was surprise. I opened up the door and it had already been hailing on it, and I thought, well, I'm not going to run around in the hail. I didn't think it would last that long. It did. It covered everything, and then I thought, okay, it'll melt. But then it hailed again, and I'm like, oh, but I should have put down some plastic sheeting, maybe, or cloth. I could have saved some. But I only lost 25% anyway. So, but 25% was pretty good of my direct sow succession crops. They were frozen right off, and then 2 days ago, two bunnies tunneled underneath the neighbor's property and came in. I had to get rid of them. I was nice about it. I just chased them out, but because there was a female and looked like she most likely has a warren somewhere close by here. I was suspecting in the hugelkultur mound, but I didn't find one. But I did find a hole over by where they cleared out that house across the secret fairy garden lady's place that's just been T-boned. So I found a rat hole there. They're coming in and out of the ground there. They must have been in the back part. There was some old canopies and stuff that must have come from there. Good evening, everyone, from Joseph Moore. Make sure that is Joseph Moore. Good to see you. And boom, it is. There you go. Hope everyone's having a wonderful Earth Day. That'd be awesome. Plant a tree, grow a lung. It's me, Joseph Moore, yes. Anthony Lester, good evening. Cheers. Well, cheers to you too, Anthony Lester. Yeah, happy Earth Day. And it is interesting. Way cool channel you have. I like your ducks. Happy Earth Day to you. I think I've seen you before.
and yeah, the hail that nailed me pretty good. It didn't bother the garlic or the chard or something like that. It was anything advanced. It was the ones that are just growing. You're planting some zucchini and pumpkins. I direct sow zucchini seeds and pumpkin seeds. Thank you. Happy Earth Day and happy growing. You as well, Anthony. I'm planting some zucchini. Yep, our fruit trees are just starting to leaf out. Nice to see things finally waking up. Yeah, the pear trees have been out, the blooms here, and the leaves are coming on, and the apple trees. A lot of the plum trees have leafed out. The early ones, the Japanese sugar plums, and the Friste plums. Yep. There's a lot going on this year with prices of food. So the longer you can make your food available for yourself, and the longer the better, and preserving your food, what you're growing, and growing crops that can be stored fresh through the hunger gap. That's key. Like curcubita ficofolia is just one type melon that can be stored for several years. That way you'll never be hungry. And it's like a melon squash. CR says, I'm noticing more green now around here. Yep, trees are starting to bloom here in Virginia also. Nice. Trees have been blooming here for a while. My fig trees are leafing out, and I'm getting figs on them. Mm. Don't give up on anything. I thought my pear tree was dead from our freeze this year, but now it's just covered with more blossoms. Yeah, I didn't lose any fruit trees. What I lost was like lettuce, spinach, and smoked salmon plants. A few of them I lost, probably a dozen. And that kind of thing. Mostly what I've been doing is I do succession crops. Every 2 weeks, some new rows in through here, in through the forest floor, new rows, new rows, new rows, like dill and that kind of thing, and onions and oops. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Earth Day, oops. Good to see you there, oops. Always a pleasure. There you go. Just had dinner with last year's peppers from the freezer and last year's carrots from the fridge. Wow. 65 fruit trees is awesome. You have 65 fruit trees? Oak Knob has. Most are very young, but I have 65 fruit trees now, plus a bunch of berry bushes, trying to get a nice surplus going. Yep. Yep. Rack it up. Rack it up. If it looks after itself, that's the one you want. One that looks after itself and regrows and spreads, like borage, right? The easiest thing to grow is garlic, and that's so healthy for you, especially if you have access to seafood. The garlic, or you have access to meat or chicken or eggs, the garlic just makes all the difference. If there's nothing on the shelf, garlic can get $30 a pound here, and I've seen it. 65 fruit trees, nothing to laugh at. That's a nice bunch. Apples usually need a pollinating part. So if you get a tree that's grafted with more than one variety, it should self-pollinate. Yeah, a couple of crabapple trees too. Apple pollen's apple pollen. I only have, I think, 8 fruit trees, but grow all the berries. Yeah, grow anything you can that you're going to use or buy, sell, and trade and barter with. Johnny Gross says, I didn't plant enough garlic. I'll be planting more next time. I may have overplanted. I have about, I don't know, somewhere between 1,200 and 1,500 right here, and then another 5, 6, 700 in the front. Yeah, and crabapple jelly is delicious. You bet. Yes, totally true. Oak knob, I'm checking out for the 4-in-1 apple. Yeah, yeah, if you're gonna purchase an apple tree, it's time to get it. It's in the winter time when it hasn't bloomed yet. That's the optimum time. Yep. So there's no shock or anything. And the best time for myself, I have found, is planting a fruit tree when it's dormant, but also other trees just before fall. So it gets a seating at late summer, and late summer, a seating in the fall, and then goes through winter and then gets seated again in the spring. So there's two seatings. I'm just in my area, that's what I do. And yeah, crabapple jelly is nothing to laugh at, especially if you got have a few pieces of lamb or something like that. Okay, or pork. I mean, you want to be able to digest, right? It's looking like a good season for strawberries. Yeah, yeah. Someone was asking me about their massive flower or strawberry patch. What happens is oops, they get too overcrowded. So what I've noticed was taking a weed eater and just kind of mowing them down a little bit, or a lawnmower, like on high, not low. So you're just going over and mowing off all the old greenery, and then you seem to get more strawberries, more blooms. You see, yeah. We have a lot of last year's garden in the freezer. I should get him to making things with plus fat to render, plus elderberries to make syrup. Yep, it's incorporated in your daily food, and that's just the way it is. Shop the sales for Earth Day. Yep. Great chat, Howie. Going next door to have a fire with visiting friends. Well, all the best to you, Zed PD Survival. You are awesome. Have a great evening. Cheers. Happy Earth Day, everyone. You as well. Have fun with your fire and your pals. That's all we have left is Earthlings now. Is fun. My son ate all the blackberry and raspberry, and then decided to try my crab apple and decided it's his new favorite. Oh yeah. Any fresh fruit in your locale, especially if it's kind of like, indigenous, like a crab apple can grow anywhere in the northern hemisphere, right? It's kind of indigenous. But if you're going to eat, like say a pineapple or something, that's not the same. Your body has not adjusted to that. I fertilized my blueberries with the acidifier. Yay. I have a massive strawberry patch out of control, like way a mess. I put berry tone on the patch. Well, just mow it over with the lawnmower. Put the lawnmower up on high, not down low, and just mow off all the greenery. That's all. Or weed whack a bunch of the greenery off the top. That way you don't have to separate them, and you can make a little row and weed whack really deep if you want, or lower the mower if you want to make rows. Strawberries like to grow up and fall over on a stem. So they like to fall on something, right? So yeah, something to remember. Right. I'll be watching. Yeah. Shawnee grows our strawberries are going nuts too. They're crawling out of the beds and taking. Yep. If people don't know, right? Um, Food prices where I am are astronomical right now. The cucumbers and peppers and that kind of thing, and tomatoes that all come from the greenhouses here, have stayed the same, the price, because they didn't have to travel. But any of the exotic foods that you go buy, like that's traveled from California or wherever, that's pricey. It's very pricey. Beef went up here astronomically. It went up $4 a pound. So if you want like the best tenderloin now, it's $24 a pound or $48 a kilo. So the crab apple has a lot of natural pectin, so you don't have to add. Yeah, when you're making your jam, the pectin, it's the apple pectin really, it works really well. It brings together the jam where it's not runny. If it's runny, then you just call it syrup, and here's your pancake syrup. But yeah, yeah. Earth Day. Made it till another Earth Day. That's pretty cool. Yeah, syrup. Well, lots of times I've made stuff it didn't turn out, but you use it anyway in something. Yeah. Happy Earth Day, Mr. Pirate Raccoon Token Fella. Happy Earth Day to you as well. Yeah. Yeah. Earth Day. It's amazing that the planet's still here with all the craziness that's going on. It's like, oh my God, the pollution that's going out there. It's pretty rough to see, and you can't really do a whole lot about anything. People are, burning stuff up. It's looks pretty rough at times. Yeah, well, it's pretty rough to see the planet, pretty toxic mess. We lose a lot of species, many species every day. But I mean, what's the rate? Is it more species today than yesterday's? Say if there's 10 species a day yesterday, now it's 15 today going, right? We are in an extinction, the sixth largest extinction known to man at the moment, but it's increasing dramatically. It's increasing dramatically. So it bothers me to see that kind of thing. But man's first home was a cave, rent free, mortgage free, right? Southern exposure, so it heats up as the sun hits it in the morning. Little cob oven there with a piece of pipe. And deep spring. I'm pretty sure you're going to be okay. Some goats for milk, butter, cheese, meat, and the ruminant is, going to graze on your thorns and fertilizer. And then a few Rhode Island Reds, dual purpose birds for eggs and meat. You should be okay with saving a few seeds if you can handle living in a cave. I believe that's what we're all going to go back to. That's where we all came from, right? Yeah, but just think it's mortgage free. Too much. I've been foraging a little bit here and there. That was kind of fun. Wherever I go, I'm grazing, but I have to be careful, especially if I'm downwind of golf courses. Oof, them are the worst. Or when they're spraying here now. I noticed in the valley when I went through the Blenkinsop Valley, there was a lot of Roundup used through there, and it's on both sides of the of the of the organic farm. There's a huge organic farm. The guy's really good too. I give him some tips once in a while. He gives me tips back. And caving in, need a snack. Yeah, cave. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It's rent free and mortgage free. Yeah, for real. You don't have to pay. As long as no one sees you going and coming from there. Cave. I love caves. I mean, so one way in, you can see any critter or person coming in. You don't have to worry about left or right or what's behind you. Cave offers a lot of protection. Government worries about greenhouse gases while allowing a bazillion chemicals to spray everywhere. Yeah, that all sounds lovely to me, but I need a different kind of chicken in my cave. Well, the Rhode Island Red is very versatile. It's good till it's 20 below. It keeps laying eggs, even when it's 20 below. My little doggy is scratching at the window. I don't want to get up. Nope. It's looking at me. But I mean, the Rhode Island Red, I mean, there's lots of chickens. Don't get me wrong. Monsanto plant near me. Oh, yeah, move. Eesh. I don't like Roundup and stuff like that and Killex, and oh my God, I just had enough of that. I'm trying to get healthy, and here's someone putting garbage on your food, But you have to be aware. Awareness is everything, If you have a concept of your observation, that's key to your survival. That's important. And when I'm talking about chickens or caves or goats, those are just the bottom line of what you need to survive on. Like a few goats for milk, butter, cheese, meat, and the exercise from the ruminant of eating the thistles and weeds and making fertilizer. I mean, this is the way it is, right? And a few chickens for eggs and meat, whether they're Rhode Island Reds or not. Every time I get RIR, they are mean to Rhode Island Reds. They are mean to the other girls. Prefer my Leghorns. They all lay all winter. Oh well, then there you go. Rhode Island Reds are docile. Hey, that's strange that you have one that's brooding like that. I have 4 Rhode Island Reds, great birds. Yeah, yeah. I've had like 30 at a time for to clean out the forest floor. They clean up everything. I like putting boards down, and then for a couple 3 days, and then go feed the chickens over by the boards, and then lift the boards up, and all the little creatures, they're underneath the board there. Hey, and it's like watching a T-Rex feast. That was great fun. I did that lots. I just loved it. I still don't have a bug problem here because the soil here is balanced. Shake fist every time I go by there. When I say here it's about 10 miles northeast of Still Too Close. Yeah, yeah. It's like living next door to DuPont or something. Ooh. All I can tell you is move. If like I have to watch my forage. I actually go to a deserted island that nobody lives on, and I forage more there than anywhere else. There's absolutely no industry, no burps and farts and gas. Who knows what's coming out of their smokestacks and vent? Exactly, exactly. It's concerning, when you see stuff like that. But the thing is, what can you do about it immediately to the long term? What can you do about something like that? And that's what Earth Day should be every day. Have awareness and if you can, plant a food forest. It's a food forest. It's quite it's a lifetime of work here, but it's well worth it. Yeah. Here's the herb for the kitchen is close, so I keep the dill growing right here and stuff. Lucky the wind blows east to west. Yeah. Well, that's just it too. There's always moving away to a more desolate place that you generally there's not if there's no services there, then there's less industrial commercial. So west to east, I mean, well, it's maybe look at moving, or maybe going to your council meetings and flying drones over there and cause them, with your placard. Hey, are you killing all the bugs and people, or why? I don't know. It's harsh to see toxicity in my environment. It's so difficult to get clean food. I go through great lengths. Today, I went and I purchased some Digby scallops. They're $80 a kilo, but they're the wild scallops from Nova Scotia. So, but they're not cheap. So the more if you consume wild indigenous foods, the healthier you will be. Right? Just saying. Well, I think I'm going to go now. Thank you all for being here, and happy Earth Day, and we'll see you all again. Take care, everyone, and bye for now. See you, Joseph Moore. Good to see you in here. Take care. See you later there, CR. Monsanto is in Michigan across. Yeah, it's not a pleasant thing. I'm sorry that you're going through that. Take care, Cliff. Geeky, good night. Happy Earth Day. Happy Earth Day to everyone. And make Earth Day every day. Okay? End stream now. Bye, Shawnee. Peace.